Hi friends, this is Selvajam here. Welcome to my networking channel. Hope all are doing good. And today the topic I am going to discuss about how to configure a site-to-site IPSEC configuration between a Fortigate firewall and a Cisco ASA firewall. So here I connected Fortigate firewall as port 1 and Cisco ASA firewall. So both these firewall are connected by a physical port 1, and this is gigabit 0 by 0. And Fortigate firewall port 2 I connected to a LAN interface or a LAN PC, that is 10.2. So this gateway will be 10.1, and similar way the PC LAN PC connected to ASA firewall is 20.2, and this interface gigabit 1 is 20.1. So this gateway is 20.1, and now I'm going to configure a gigabit interface, okay, for accessing the GUI of Fortigate firewall 1 and for ASA firewall, and I'm going to configure the management interface. So the management interface for Fortigate firewall is port 3, so which I'm going to configure now 84.50 IP. And for the Cisco ASA firewall, the interface is management 0 by 0. So this interface I am going to configure as 84.51. So in this particular architecture, I am going to configure a IPsec through GUI. I am going to show you how we can configure the site to site through GUI for both firewall 1 and 2. Okay. So because through GUI, the IPsec configuration will be pretty simple. So prior to that, now let us configure the management interface for Fortigate firewall 1 and the Cisco ASA firewall 1. Okay. So go to firewall 1, config system interface, edit port 3. That is the management interface of Fortigate firewall. So do a show. Now let us set the mode as static, and the IP is 84.50. Okay, so set IP is 192.168.84.50/24 and set allow access. So just I'm allowing the HTTP and HTTPS. Okay, now let us save the configuration. So we have done with the management configuration for Fortigate firewall 1. Now let us access it. So the command is 192.168.450. So now it will ask for the username and the password. Okay, so just go here, prompting for the username. Let us log in with the username and the password. So the first management thing we have configured for firewall 1, and the second firewall is Cisco ASA firewall. So how to configure the management settings is, let us go to the Cisco ASA firewall, and now let us configure the management interface. Okay, show running configuration interface management 0 by 0. So this is the interface I'm going to configure with this IP 84.51. Okay, so now let us see how to configure that. Go to the configuration mode, interface management 0 by 0. Let us assign the security level as 90 and IP address is 192.168.84.51 followed by the subnet mask. Okay, and now let us do a no shut. So for activating the interface, let us do a no shut, and now let us save the configuration. And after that, one more step is pending for activating the management interface. What's the command is? Okay, go to the configuration mode. The command is http server enable and http followed by the management interface. IP address and the mask is 0.0.0 followed by the management interface. So that we have to configure here. How to do that? Interface management 0 by 0. Let us name the interface. I have not named it, so named as mgmt. This is the management interface I'm naming. So now let us do this configuration again. Go to the configuration mode. Okay, now it will prompt that mgmt. Okay, this is the thing I'm doing. So http server enable and followed by http 0.0.0 followed by this interface name, management interface name. And now let us save the configuration. Okay, now let us access the ASA firewall. So now I've done 84.51. It is asking for the username and password. Just click advanced, okay, and proceed. So now it is asking for the launcher, install SDM launcher, or we can directly access with the username and the password. I'm going to show you. So now let us install that ASDM launcher. Now it is asking for the username and the password. Okay, so just click username and the password. So username and password I have not configured. So now let us go to the firewall 1 and let us configure the username and password. Username, let us give it as Cisco, and the password, let us give it as Cisco, and the privilege. So now let us save the configuration, and now let us give Cisco, and now let us sign in. Okay, so now let us go to the launcher again. Just click the ASGM launcher. So it will prompt you for the particular IP. So the configuration is 84.51 and the username is Cisco and the password is also Cisco. Just click enter and click continue. So it will directly take you through the GUI of this particular Cisco ASA firewall. Okay, so it already went to the GUI of the Cisco ASA firewall. So now let us go to the configuration. So now you are successfully able to access the GUI of Fortigate firewall 1 and Cisco ASA firewall. So now let us configure the LAN and the WAN interface. LAN interface port 2 and the WAN is port 1. Similar way this one for Cisco ASA firewall is gigabit 0 by 0 is a WAN interface and this is a LAN interface gigabit 0 by 1. Okay, so let us do one by one. Let us go to the firewall 1, go to network and click interfaces and configure the port 1, that is a WAN interface. Role is WAN and the alias name let us give it as WAN port and the change addressing mode as manual and the IP is 192.168.1.1/24. Ping access already enabled, just click OK. And the second port 2 is a LAN port and the IP is 10.1. Okay, just go here and let us go to port 2, name it as LAN port, alias is LAN port. And now let us change the mode as addressing mode is already manual and the IP is 192.168.10.1/24. Ping is enabled. Okay, just click OK. So we are done with the interface configuration for this FortiGate firewall. Now let us configure the Cisco ASA management firewall. Already we are done through the GUI. Okay, so I already accessed the GUI. Just click configuration. Okay, device setup and click the interface setting and go to interfaces. There are two interfaces, gigabit 0 by 0 and 0 by 1. Okay, so go here 0 by 0, 0 by 0, what is the IP is, that is the WAN interface IP, that is 1.2. And since it is outside interface, let us assign the security level as 0. Inside is always most trusted. Okay, this is 100 and this is 0. Okay, so go here and 0 by 0 is the WAN interface name let us give it as, and the security level let us give it as 0 and the interface name let us give it as outside. This is a WAN interface I'm giving as outside. Enable this interface and now let us assign the IP 192.168.1.2 and the mask is 24-bit mask. Just click OK and just click it. So it is an outside interface, right? This is a WAN interface, an outside interface, and now let us assign the second interface, that is a LAN interface, gigabit 0 by 1. IP is 20.1. So this is a gateway for PC2. Okay, so go here and interface name is inside, security level is 100, most trusted, enable it, and the IP is 192.168.20.1 and the mask is 24-bit mask. Click OK and just click OK and save the configuration. So now we have successfully done the interface configuration for both firewall FortiGate firewall 1 and Cisco ASA firewall 2, and let us do a ping from this PC1 to this FortiGate firewall 1. Okay, just for testing purpose. So ping 192.168.10.1 I am able to reach, and how about ASA firewall? So go to the second PC and ping the gateway. So 192.168.20, sorry, it is 20.1. So I am able to reach, right? So now we are done with the interface configuration. So now what are things are pending is, now from the FortiGate firewall I need to create a policy. I already told FortiGate firewall for a LAN to WAN and WAN to LAN communication I need to create a policy first of all. Okay, so after creating the policy, then we'll configure the IPSEC configuration for both the FortiGate firewall 1 and ASA firewall 2. Okay, so now let us configure the policy for this particular FortiGate firewall. So how to configuration is, go to policy and objects. Okay, just click policy and objects, click IPv4 policy. Okay, and just click create new. So already default implicit deny policy here. Just click create new. Name is 1, incoming interface WAN to LAN port. So I'm creating two policy from WAN to LAN and LAN to WAN communication as per FortiGate firewall is concerned. So WAN to LAN and the source I'm giving as all and the destination is all. and the service also should be all. Okay, so just click OK. And also you need to create a second policy, that is from LAN to WAN communication. Then we'll jump to the IPSEC configuration. Just create new. Second thing rule is LAN to WAN communication. Source is okay, source is all, and the destination is all. Service should be all, and click OK. So we are done with the first set of configuration, that is policy we have successfully configured for the first firewall, that is a FortiGate firewall. So now let us configure the site-to-site IPsec configuration. Okay, let us go here. So we are done with the FortiGate firewall configuration. Just let us refresh this. Okay, so that is LAN to LAN and LAN to WAN communication. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, let us now configure the site to site configuration. Okay, then we'll do initiate a ping from this PC1 to PC2. Okay, then we'll go with the troubleshooting why the tunnel is not established. So now let us go to the FortiGate firewall and let us configure the IPsec configuration. Go to VPN and IPsec wizard. Okay, and click the name is site1, and the remote device is Cisco device, because I'm going to configure a tunnel between FortiGate firewall and a Cisco. So the remote should be Cisco device. Click next, and the remote IP already we know it is 1.2. Okay, so the same configuration 192.168.1.2, and outgoing interface is port 1. Pre-shared key is 1 2 3 4 5 6. I'm giving like this. Okay, just click next, and the local interface nothing but the LAN interface, that is 10 dot subnet, and the remote is a WAN. The remote is a remote subnet. Okay, so local is LAN port, and subnet is already took 10 dot subnet, and the remote subnet is 20 dot subnet. Okay, so 192.168.20.0/24, just click create. So we have done with the VPN configuration from the FortiGate firewall 1. So it is pretty simple. So now let us go to ASA firewall and let us configure the VPN configuration. So let us go to ASA firewall and click site to site VPN configuration. Okay, and what are the commands we need to do is just click advanced. Okay, and just click advanced, and first I'm going to create the IKE policy. Just click the IKE parameters. Okay, and now prior to that, what we can do is just go to the FortiGate firewall and go to this IPsec tunnel. Let us create a customized tunnel, because we need to create the site one. Okay, create the IPsec and the phase 1 and the phase 2 policy. Okay, for that I'm going to convert this FortiGate firewall into a customized tunnel, and I'm going to configure the ISAC and phase 1 and the phase 2 policy. So let us go here. Let us go to phase 1 proposal and just remove this DES and MD5, and the group I'm going to set it as 2. Okay, just click OK and click double click it, and here phase 2 selectors, just edit it. Okay, and just click advanced, and in the advanced I'm going to set only the encryption as DES and authentication as MD5. Just remove this and just remove this. Okay, and just click OK. So we have done with the custom tunnel configuration for FortiGate firewall 1. So the similar configuration I need to enable for ASA also. So just click site to site VPN. Okay, site to site VPN IKE parameters, and now I am going to configure the IKE policies. Okay, just click IKE policy, add. Authentication is pre-share, encryption is DES we have configured, right? From FortiGate firewall DES, hash is MD5. Okay, just click OK and just apply the configuration. So the second thing is we need to add a tunnel group. So just tunnel group, just click add. Okay, so now I'm going to enable only the IK version 1, not IK version 2, because we have configured the IK version 1 for FortiGate firewall. So now let us give the pre-shared key. What is the key we have given is 1 2 3 4 5 6 is the key we have given. Okay, just now change this as 192.168.1.1. So just from the remote thing I'm giving 1.1 is just a name I'm giving, tunnel group name, and the group policy let us give it as default group policy, and enable IK version 1, and the pre-shared key is 1 2 3 4 5 6. Just click OK. Just apply the configuration. Okay, so we have done the tunnel group configuration. We configure the IKE policy. Then we have to create the transform set. Okay, so this is for IPSEC phase 1 IPSEC proposal. Just add it and set the name as, let us set it as transform, and the encryption is always DES we have given, and authentication is MD5. Okay, just click OK and apply the configuration. Okay, this is for IPSEC policy. Just apply the configuration. So what are things? Tunnel group we have done, IK policy we have done, IPSEC proposal we have done. Now we have to map it to crypto map configuration. So go to crypto map, just add it, and now let us, what we have to do here is just change it as outside. So this crypto map I'm just applying on this particular outside interface. Okay, so just I'm going to set it as outside. Priority is 10. Let us set it. And IK version 1 IPSEC proposal. Okay, just select it. We already created IPSEC proposal already created. Just double click this, click OK, and here the IP address of the peer to be added. Okay, so the IP address of the peer is this peer 192.168.1.1, that is a peer IP. Okay, so 192.168.1.1, just add and click OK. So just click OK and apply the configuration. So still one more thing is pending. We have to specify the source and the destination traffic. So right click, insert the traffic selection. What is the source subnet? Okay, you already know ASA firewall source is 20 the subnet and the remote is 10 subnet. Okay, so that we have to specify here 192.168.20.0/24. Okay, and the remote subnet is 192.168.10.0/24. That's the remote subnet, and the service should be IP. Okay, and just click OK and apply the configuration. And one more thing is pending is click connection profile. Just allow this, allow IK version, and just apply the configuration. So what are things we have done here is we have configured the IK policy as per the Fortigate configuration. Then we have created the tunnel group. Then we have configured the IPSEC policy 2 and set the encryption and the authentication. That policy I mapped to the crypto map. These are the only thing I have done. So now let us initiate a ping from firewall 1 to firewall 2. Okay, let us see whether I am able to ping. So let us do a ping to 20.2. So still I am not able to reach. Okay, and also from PC2 also let us ping 10.2. So still I am not able to reach. So now we are done with the configuration. So now two more things are pending from ASA firewall. So FortiGate firewall, remember, we have created a policy for a LAN to WAN and WAN to LAN communication. So similar way for ASA firewall, already know by default the traffic always flows from the higher security level to the lower security level, not from the lower to the outside to the inside, right? So for that I need to create an access list, and also the second thing is I need to create a static route from this firewall to the remote destination network. So these two things are mandatory. So now let us go to the ASA firewall, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a access list. So what is the configuration is, go here. So let us configure from the command prompt. Okay, so access list out underscore in extender permit TCP any host. Okay, any source, and the host I'm going to give this 1020.2. Like just I'm creating an access list from an outside to the inside. By default the traffic flows from the higher to the lower, not from the lower to the higher. So I'm giving out underscore in extender permit TCP any host, any source, and the destination host I'm giving as 192.168.20.2. and then I'm going to also allow the ICMP traffic. Okay, out underscore on extended permit ICMP any. Okay, so then I'm going to apply this access list statement via access group. So access group out underscore in interface outside. Okay, so this is a thing command. So now let us save the configuration, and now let us do a ping from PC1 to PC2. So just for checking purpose, so still I am not able to reach. So what we can do is, now let us create a static route and let us check whether I'm able to ping. Okay, so go here and create a static route. Okay, so what's the command is, just go to the device setup. Okay, so just go to device setup and go to the static route configuration, routing and static routes, and click IPv4 and add a outside static route. interface should be outside, and the network is remote network is 192.168.10 dot network, and the gateway is 1.1 from the ASA firewall, right? So go here, and the network is 192.168.10.0/24, and the gateway is 192.168.1.1. Okay, and just click OK, and just apply the configuration. So now let us do a ping from this PC1 to PC2. So we apply the configuration. Now let us ping from PC1. So I'm now able to do PC1. I am able to ping the PC2 interface, right? PC1 IP2 is IP is 20.2. That is my remote PC. I am able to ping the remote subnet. Let us ping from PC2 to PC1. So both the ways I am able to do. So now hopefully the tunnel should be established. Side to side tunnel should be established between firewall 1, that is FortiGate firewall 1, and the ASA firewall. Just go here and just log in with the credentials, admin and the password. So and go to monitor. Okay, just click monitor, and the tunnel is an IPSEC tunnel, and you are able to see already the tunnel is established. Okay, you're able to see the side to side tunnel is established. And how to check from this particular thing is, okay, you can check via command prompt. Okay, go to Cisco ASA firewall. The command is show crypto ISAC MPSA. So here you're able to see it's already responded. It is showing tunnel is established active. And how to check the IPSEC is show crypto IPSEC. That's the second phase SA. So this will show the tunnel is already established. You are able to see, right? You are able to see the access list, and you are able to see the encapsulation and the decapsulation packet. So let us now do a continuous ping, and you can see it should be increasing. Okay, you're able to see, right? So the packets are increasing now. So this is how you can establish an IPsec tunnel. And from the FortiGate firewall, the command is, let us log in, admin and 4, and the command is get VPN IKE gateway. So here you can see already the IKE and the IPsec established. And from the Cisco, the statement is show crypto ISAC MPSC and show crypto IPsec SA. And also you can check via the monitoring. Okay, so go to monitoring and just click VPN. Also you can check the statistics. Okay, you can check via GUI also the statistics. So this is how you can configure the IPsec side to side IPsec tunnel between a FortiGate firewall and a Cisco ASA firewall. And I hope you enjoy this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more videos. Thanks and have a wonderful day. Thank you.